Hey, everybody. Michelle is here, enjoying my day as I usually do. Let me turn down this music because I don't want people to think I'm trying to steal their music. Anyway, um, I just want you to know, honestly, um, over the course of time, especially when it involves black females, and I've said this before, we're always projected as crazy, just so that people can disregard information we put out. Okay, um, whether it's in sounds or words, um, you know, to say that black women are crazy, that's the standard, and that's to be expected. Okay, and so you can't really get upset about it too much because again, you want to focus your energy properly, your thoughts properly, and kind of work on neutralizing this stuff so it doesn't affect you if somebody call you crazy. Okay, I'm crazy. All right, cool. Because I do know how to play crazy because it's enough of that going around. So again, it's about countering all these attacks on us all the time about our existence and always making it seem as though we are the problem, right? And they know we are not the problem. They know we are the solution, but yet they want to prevent that from being known, in the things that we say or do, or in the sounds we create via our creativity, because we speak from experiences in our experiences, right? When we create, we usually are speaking from experiences. That's what I meant. And again, when I was growing up in black culture, a lot of the women, the elders that I knew, said that they had to do this kind of thing a lot, where they played like they were crazy, just so they can be left alone and not bothered by men, these predator men in the neighborhood. So they would pretend to be crazy, talking to themselves, talking out and this and that. And usually, though, the men would leave them alone and say, "Oh, that bitch crazy," and then they'll leave her alone and go on and try to be predators to other people in the neighborhood. I mean, that's what we have, and that's experience. You need the kind of experiences of predators so that you know what a predator is and what to look out for and what to avoid in predators. It always made me so uncomfortable how men will always be sitting there and staring and gazing at women. It's so inappropriate, so inappropriate. So if you start acting crazy and acting like you got a problem and just talking to yourself, they usually will leave you alone. Okay, but now because of the how degenerate a lot of these predators are, sociopaths, narcissistic. Uh, I mean, nothing's off the table for them anymore. That's how serious the degeneration has developed. Nothing's off the table. Even animals. Okay, I'm just being honest. It's children, young boys are not even off the table anymore for these psychopaths. You know, and so we need to guard ourselves against all of this because it's just going to get worse, in my opinion. Because if they're not willing to accept that behavior and be held accountable for it, then you just it's a losing battle. But at the same time, as a human being, we still got to develop, despite all of these distractions. Whether someone's trying to, inflict mind control or hypnotic words, hypnotic series of words, you're going to have to develop in yourself the ability to decipher all of that kind of stuff so that it doesn't affect you. Because I'm like last night when I was out, or and like I said, I looked up in the sky. There was a full moon. At least I thought I saw peaking a full moon, and I could tell that something was going on because, like I said, there was this unusual amount of smoke clouds. What? And I kept hearing, like I said, jets flying all around, and then I also was picking up some kind of tone, a kind of a It was, I could tell it wasn't a natural sound because how it would flow together. It was like a tone. I heard that. So I just, like I said, I just have to enjoy the moments because we're not going to be left alone. Okay, there's going to be always a continued attempt to control people, and discredit their information or discredit their existence as if, oh, she's crazy, she's seeing things, and I know that, but what can I do about it? Like I said, I'm not affected by it. Like I said, but if they attempt to bring harm to me, that's when I react. But if you want to play in the sky, with this fake smoke screens and all this stuff, and knowing that I see the jets out there, I can hear them and I can see them. All of a sudden there's no clouds, and then all of a sudden they appear and there's clouds everywhere blocking the moon and all this kind of stuff. And who has I'm still trying to figure out who's paying for that. I'm sure it's taxpayers. Okay, we're in an inflation. Okay, people are starving, but yet we got time to be manipulating the sky and trying to hide what we're doing in the sky. And where all these satellites are going. Especially since they're supposedly in the hand of private owners. And what are they looking for? And what do they want? So, so let the games begin. Everything is not what you see, everything is not what you hear, and everything is not what you feel. It's always there may be always nefarious forces going on. But you still have to just let it be and let it go. And not be so, like I said, affected by when people call you crazy. That bitch don't know what she's talking about. Here, we got filming to prove. Look at her. Look at how she's acting. They always have all of that ready. So that they can classify somebody as crazy or mentally unstable. And not to be trusted in the information they provide. Okay, and once they realize, once they realized I was a black lesbian, that was like an opening for them. Because of the constant tension with alternative lifestyle versus the other part of the population. And so, like I said, they know how to manipulate with light, with sound, with clouds that sometimes develop into a recognizable image. Who has time for that? Okay, when we are in the midst of devastation to this planet, okay, we just had an earthquake, but yet we can play in the sky all day and all night and claim you're protecting somebody. And again, you couldn't detect a white balloon clearly visible to people, coming almost half across the damn country of the USA, and then we're just trying to wait in this, and then they claim they found something inside the balloon. Come on now, stop all this. But they're not going to stop it. It's up to us to master and control our reactions, okay, and gain might over our how we respond to people and how we react to people. It just has to be. You just have to still do what you got to do in the midst of all of that, okay? Because I know that they got it flying around that this bitch here is crazy. She's talking a bunch of nonsense. I got proof of it. Look how she's dancing, and look how she's talking to herself, and look, it's going to go on and on and on. And unfortunately, once certain things happen to you, because of the technology they use, you may not be able to do anything about it, especially if you're in if they get you into a hypnotic state. Sometimes you're just at their control. You're at their control, and you just have to know how to manage to get yourself out. And the way you do that is make sure you are functioning in reality. So the best way to know that you're functioning in reality is go out into go out into nature and reconnect and see if you can, get yourself out of that trance or whatever, whatever that shit they're doing. Okay, they're manipulating people. Okay, they're using artificial intelligence to do it as well. Especially because we always have the damn phones in our hand. We have those phones in our hand, so that's easily a means of taking over and taking control of us because we're holding those cell phones. I would not leave the cell phone in my bedroom. And, I don't know, I would suggest not leaving the phone in your bedroom. But I don't know if it really even matters, because if we got 5G now, and 5G has this type of impact that we will not know the damage it's caused until well into the future. But how can you reverse that? You can't reverse it. That's why, like I said, I don't have any cable. I stopped using the streaming service because I wasn't happy with the choices of things that were, being forced for us to watch. Because I'm in a certain region in a rural area, and so they just was pushing out that type of information based on what everybody around me was watching and stuff. So I just do the best I can to stay educated and stay up on my health, my mentality, and trust in what I know. I'm cool. But they will do everything they can to discredit you and cause people to become either severely depressed or enough to harm themselves. That is not going to happen with me. Like I said, I know it's happening. All I'm doing is countering it. Because like I said, I heard those tones last night at the. Oh God, they were so. They were so unnatural. That's why it's so important to get back in touch with natural sounds. Okay, of what animals are doing. If you got to look it up and say, well, okay, how would this animal sound at night? How are these animals going to be sounding at night? What am I to expect of sound at night? And you'll see, and then you'll clearly hear how loud it is, and it's affecting the animals and killing the animals. It is. So I just want and causing them to all become extinct at some point. Not to mention our overpopulation and the digging inside of the planet, drilling inside of the planet, drilling to the bottom of the oceans. Removing resources. And don't think that. So that's probably what they're trying to hide. All that kind of activity of what they're doing. I don't know. And this is theories and opinion, which means what? Nothing. So I want to send peace and love. Carry on my day. Talk to you soon.